guys, how are you all? Today we're looking at free episode 8 and oh my gosh, how adorable was episode 8. I don't usually consider myself to be a really huge Makoto fangirl. Oh my goodness, Makoto is just so adorable, so sweet, so sensitive. You can't not love him. It actually kind of reminded me of how in season 1, Makoto was actually the first character that I was kind of drawn to because he was just like so friendly and so open to everyone. And wow, he's just like the perfect boyfriend or the perfect swimming instructor. I used to be really afraid of swimming when I was a kid, and my parents kind of forced me through swimming lessons, and if Makoto was my instructor back then, I would be like so okay with it. I'd be so okay with it now. Please, Makoto, come and give all the fangirls swimming lessons. Wow, yeah, today's episode was a real treat for Makoto fangirls. You got to see him in like the cutest of the cute scenarios as a swimming coach to little kids. You got to see Makoto kind of like interact with one of the new characters, Shigino Kisumi, because Kisumi's younger brother Hayato is in Makoto's swimming class. So the cool thing about this is Kisumi actually knows Makoto and Haru. He also knows Sosuke and Rin. And he kind of serves as a bridge between the Samezuka side and the Iwatobi side because he is the person that ends up revealing a little secret about Sosuke that Sosuke wanted to hide. So when you look at a bit of the flashbacks, you see how close Kisumi and Makoto were and how Haru always gets this like slightly annoyed expression at Kisumi because Kisumi's always kind of like wedging himself between him and Makoto. And all of you fangirls are probably like, oh my god, it's a Mako, Haru, Kisumi love triangle. And I feel you for that. But you know, at the same time, like Mako and Haru are still going strong, I think. As passive as you think Haru is, he actually will like bring Makoto lunch, or he'll bring Makoto's siblings to come and watch him at the swimming club. So you know, Haru is still a pretty good friend. Haru just has kind of a slight issue right now with his own character stuff, where he's kind of avoiding the future question. And some people are kind of complaining a little bit on Twitter on how Haru is kind of wallowing in indecision, and how he hasn't really figured out what he's gonna do, because Haru is a very aloof character, and part of his character is that we don't usually get his internal monologue. We might get a bit of what Haru is feeling through Makoto and how Makoto perceives him, but other than that, like Haru is usually just kind of like a shot in the dark kind of character for what he's like doing or what he's feeling. Kisumi turns out to be a pretty key character to the show because he ends up telling Makoto and Haru that he saw Sosuke at the hospital and it was like Sosuke's shoulder that was injured. So for all of you guys and me at the beginning of the season, when you guys saw Sosuke kind of like move his arm before he dove into swim, yes, that was an injury. If you guys picked up on that, good on you. At the same time, I don't really want it to be true because I feel really bad for Sosuke. I mean, he's like really into competitive swimming, and then this injury thing is kind of like messing with his mind. What I really liked about this week's episode regarding Sosuke was that part where he sees Nitori trying really hard to swim and improve his times, and he agrees to coach him. And that's a pretty big surprise because we're not really used to Sosuke being really nice to Nitori. Rather, you got the impression earlier on that Sosuke just kind of like looked at Nitori and been like, oh well, you don't have talent, you shouldn't really try. But then Sosuke is actually kind of like encouraging Nitori. And I think part of that is because he understands how much he wants to swim with Rin and how much Nitori wants to swim with Rin. Nitori is definitely one of the most admirable characters of the show because even though he's not as talented as the other guys, he still wants to like keep trying, keep improving his times, all for the reason that he wants to swim with his senpai and his role model. So that's really sweet on that side. And I really loved how they added that little part with Rin, where Rin goes to check up on Nitori at night, and he's holding a granola bar and a water bottle for Nitori. I thought that was a really cute addition to add in. So the Samezuka stuff was like really nicely wrapped up and presented to us this episode. The Iwatobi stuff was a little bit more scattered, but in the previous episode we got to see tons and tons of Haru shots. So basically the next episode, Haru is going to have to figure out what he wants to do with his life. And everyone is saying that how Makoto is like really meant to be a swimming instructor, so I guess Makoto has kind of worked that out. And so Haru's character remains as the biggest question of the show. I am really excited to see more of Haru because up till now we've gotten all the supporting character stories, we've gotten some of the antagonistic stories, we've gotten more friendship stuff. And yeah, I just found this week's episode of Free so enjoyable, so relaxing, so summery. It was just a really nice breather episode to kind of build up a little bit of the Haru stuff and then build up a little bit of the Sosuke stuff. I hope we get to see more of Rin in the next episode as well because Rin is usually a really big factor in Haru's life. So yeah, I don't know. I think there might might be a little bit of a Haru and Sosuke confrontation soon. If not Haru and Sosuke, then definitely Haru and Rin. So what do you guys think Haru is going to end up doing? Because Haru ends up speaking in like inspirational swimming proverbs every time you ask him a question. So did you guys enjoy this week's episode of Free? You probably did. Are you Makoto fangirls freaking out and going like crazy? Yes, you are, and I'm part of that freaking out right now because it was just too cute. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys did, don't forget to hit like or subscribe for more from me. More videos are coming every day, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye!